good morning. I hope you're having a good start to your week already. We certainly are here at Priests for Life, very excited about so many things happening. It's another day for you to connect with voters. That's the whole theme. Between now and November 3rd, morning, noon, and night, in the middle of the night, connect with voters. Like-minded people, because we want pro-life votes, but connect with them. Make sure they're registered. Voter registration deadlines are coming to a quick end here in many states. Early voting has begun in some states. You can make the difference. It's no exaggeration to say that just you who are watching right now can determine the outcome of this election. Absolutely no exaggeration at all to say that, because this election could be decided just in one state with a handful of votes. Now, what I want to say to you this morning is this. How many of you are parents? And how many of you are faithful Christians? Many of you are Catholics, I know. Maybe you're not Catholic, but you're still a disciple of Jesus Christ, or whatever religion you are. Obviously, you want to be able to live out your faith here in the United States of America. You don't want to be a second-class citizen just because you believe. And it's not belief just on the inside. It's belief on the outside. You know, want to wear our crosses, and be able to pray in public and, make the sign of the cross in a restaurant or... And the battles over these last decades when the Supreme Court took prayer out of the public schools, they took Bible reading out of the public schools, they took the posting of the Ten Commandments out of the public schools. And all the court battles that have occurred. Fortunately, religious freedom has been winning in the courts, but the various court battles that have occurred about, the town doesn't want the nativity set up in the public square, or the court, because some atheist complained, are going to order a cross taken away from a big national monument, and because people are, quote, offended by the cross. You've seen all these battles unfold over recent years and decades. And again, a lot of times we're winning in the courts on religious freedom. But you know what? This ties in with the election. I'm just going to give you a very simple reason how that connects. We need people in the White House. We need people in the Congress who are going to fight for our religious freedom just as much as you fight for it. And the way you want to see people fight for it, there's a lot of nice guys and nice women who believe like we believe, but they're nice people. Vote for me. I want to go into a public service. And then when they're there, they don't fight for us. It's not enough just to have the right idea, the right belief, and to say, oh, yes, I agree with you. It's not enough. We have a very well-organized, well-funded, strongly motivated, hateful of religion enemy. It's a whole system of enemies that are determined to root out religion from the public square in America. They want to send us into they don't care what we believe within the four walls of our churches or in the privacy of our living room at home. Keep it there, they want to say. They want to stuff the expression of faith into these private corners of our life. And we say, no, we're citizens of the United States of America. We can express ourselves publicly. Now, would you fight? How hard would you fight for your children's right to express their faith? And have any of you ever had a situation where your child was ridiculed, maybe because he or she had a religious symbol hanging around her neck, or for us Catholics, when it happens a lot? Ash Wednesday. The beginning of Lent, we have the custom of going to church and getting ashes put on our forehead in the form of a cross to show publicly our repentance, that we're beginning a season of penance, and that it is through the cross that we find redemption and the forgiveness of sins. And so we are doing penance jointly as a community during Lent, and we show that publicly by wearing the ashes, right? Well, I want to tell you something about President Trump, because this shows his character and how we are fighting. He is fighting for us and on our side. Do you know that he had a ceremony at the White House not long ago in which he spoke up for the freedom of our students in school to pray and to express their religious convictions. He's even taking executive action to enforce the constitutionally protected right of our students to pray. He actually had a young boy in the Oval Office with him on display for the whole world. And he said that he stands with students like this, because here's what happened to that young boy. It was a Catholic. On Ash Wednesday, he went to church and got the ashes on his forehead. And then he went to school. And the ashes are there on his Facebook. On his Facebook, I'm sorry, I saw Facebook on the comments. On his forehead. The ashes, oh, maybe they were on his Facebook too. He was told by his teacher, and this should outrage us. He was told by his teacher, wipe them off. Now, is that outrageous or what? I don't care what kind of school you're going to. Public school, doesn't matter. Public for whom? The public in the United States of America consists of religious people. We respect those who don't believe. We're not trying to impose our faith by law. But the fact of the matter is the public includes a lot of religious people. We're the majority, in fact. And if a student comes into school with ashes on his forehead because his parents have done a beautiful job in passing the faith along to him, and he appreciates that faith and loves Jesus and loves his faith and is not ashamed of it and wears those ashes, what right does a public school have to say to him, wipe the ashes off your face? In other words, hide your faith. Don't tell us who you are. Keep your faith secret. You want to believe it? In the privacy of your home, behind the four walls of your church, but don't bother the rest of us here in the public school who might not share your faith. Don't offend us by coming into the public like this, showing that you are a follower of Christ or a member of the Catholic Church. Well, this is outrageous. You know what? This is the kind of president we have. The President of the United States had this young man there in the Oval Office and expressed his firm support for that student's right, and therefore for the right of us all to express our faith publicly and not to be punished for it. And he's taken executive action, and he continues to take executive action to bolster our freedom. Not only to wear the ashes, but to do everything. Not only religious expression, by the way, but the kind of decisions we make, like, for example, I employ about 50 people here at Priests for Life, and we don't provide any abortion in our health insurance plans, as you certainly would conclude. And the Obama-Biden administration, or O-Biden, I like how the president says that. You know, Obama, Biden, it's a lot to say, so just say O-Biden. The O-Biden administration tried to tell us that we had to include abortion, certain forms of abortion, in our health insurance plan. This is the case. The Little Sisters of the Poor were in on this case, but please, you know, I keep saying to people, it's not just the Little Sisters of the Poor. It's practically every employer in America that was affected by that mandate. Practically every employer in America. And when we reduce it just that it's the Little Sisters of the Poor, then people think, oh, well, okay, well, that's too bad. That doesn't make any sense. But it's just them. It doesn't affect me. Oh, yeah, it affects you. So the point is, we've got a president who's on our side. He loves our faith. He loves the freedom that we have to express our faith. He's a follower of Christ. He's a Presbyterian. He prays. In fact, he said, I want to be remembered as the president who prayed more than any other. Friends, pass this information along. I'm telling you this. Some of you know all this already. I'm telling you this so that you can pass this along to the other voters. Like I said at the outset, we're in voting season now. Voting person has begun already in some states, and by the end of this month, some 8 million people will have already cast their vote. I'm telling you, now's the moment of battle right now, and here's how we win. You. Pass this information along. Maybe it's just sharing this video, alerting people, talking to your friends, and those that are like-minded, those that, you or at least have an open mind and heart to listen to. Maybe they already agree with you, but they don't know. Tell them these things they don't know. Or maybe there's enough of a relationship of trust there and communication between you and the other person that they'll listen to what you have to say. Please, my friend, let's do this. Let's do this. And let us have an election that we win, and we win big for freedom. This is a president who believes in freedom. This is part of Make America Great Again. It's not just a slogan. America is made great again when the people are free. Free from government regulations so their jobs grow. Free from poverty. No president has lifted more people out of poverty than President Donald Trump. Free from terrorism. That's why he eliminated the world's leading terrorists. Free from constraint. I should be able to choose the school that I want to send my children to rather than be forced to send them to a failing government school. Free to wear ashes on my forehead and for my son to wear ashes on his forehead when he goes to school. That's the kind of man we have in the White House. That's the kind of man we need to keep in the White House. Thanks, friends. Just wanted to be with you for a few minutes. What a beautiful audience we have. Thank you for all your comments. You're going to pass this along to all the people you can influence. And we'll be back in 15 minutes with our daily Mass on the channels where we show it. And for those of you that are on Alveda King's channels, thank you so much. Alveda is, for 15 years now, has been full-time in our ministry here at Priests for Life. And she heads up Civil Rights for the Unborn, which is an outreach of Priests for Life. And I know that you love her and support her as we do, and we're all working together on this. And she's a very strong supporter of President Trump herself, who's done, and he has done more for the black community, as Alveda will tell you, than any other president. Unemployment rates lower than they've ever been. Historic black colleges and universities, he has funded them and brought the funding of them right into the White House. Prison reform, he got it done. Other people talked about it, but he got it done, giving so many young African Americans who were in prison the opportunity to start again and to live their life in a free way among all of us and to make their contributions to society. We can go on and on. It's wonderful. These are the things we have to talk about. Again, this has to be an election about policies, not personalities. This has to be a discussion about accomplishments, not accusations. Let's go win. Father Frank Pavone here at Priests for Life. We'll talk to you throughout the day.
I think we have Richard Lee, we have Jim Garlow, and we have Father Frank Pavone. Someplace they were in the audience, so I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Follow him, Father Frank Pavone, Fr. Frank Pavone, on Twitter. He is the National Director of Priests for Life. Please go to priestsforlife.org.